Hello, my fellow limitless, flawless, or flawless, limitless, sexy, sassy, saucy HBICs. How you doing on this lovely morning, afternoon, or evening? How are you all? How y'all doing? Are you making the decision to be the version of you that has whatever the hell you want? That answer better have been yes. Because if not, you need this video. Let's do some basic biatch. If you need help figuring out what's going on between you and your manifestation, please feel free to email me at manifestingwithkimberly@gmail.com. All of my coaching options are in the drop box below. They're in the screens that just went by. I have 2 channel memberships. I go live with this channel membership every single Tuesday around 9:30 p.m.-ish Eastern Standard Time. That is for tips and tricks and success stories only. And those, let me just say, every week we have people ready to share successes. It's a good group, okay? Our peeps, our HBICs over here are successful, just saying. But that's the group to join when you want, a weekly boost, a zhuzh, to keep you going on your journey, keep you going with the decision to be your new self. The other group is the hot seat / group coaching. That is where I go live with that group every Friday around 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is the group where you can ask your specific questions about your specific circumstances if you get in the hot seat. If you don't want to get in the hot seat and you just want to listen, there's that too. Also, if you have to miss a session, no worry, because that's the group that I do record the session and put it up under the playlist of hot seat coaching. Also, if you join the hot seat group, you have access to both groups. Just saying. I have TikTok, I have Instagram, I have Clapper, and I would love for you to join me everywhere. I also have, if you're, you just want to hang out with me on an average day, I have my Kimberly's Other Life channel. Yeah, I try to upload there weekly. I try, and I do have ideas for more, but that belongs over on that channel. I'm trying to get SP to want to be in videos because I think it would be fun. I'm working on it. I'm manifesting it, and he's already said some things, so I know it's my BBL because he's already made some comments about he'd be a little more open. Anyway, you'll know when that manifestation is fully here because you'll see him in the video. Anyway, if you're new here, hi, I'm Kimberly, and I am obsessed with manifestation. And if you are too, or you're trying to learn more, or you're trying to simply get what you want, then please subscribe and come back and see me. And to all of you, every single one of you, if you could give me a like, I appreciate it. It gets my videos out there. You're helping me. But most importantly, you are helping other limitless, flawless people discover this so they can join our HBICs community. We have a good community. We support each other over here, and I love it. But that's enough about the basic bitch stuff. Let's get into the nuggets of this video. This video is if you're manifesting a specific person. However, use your imagination. If you're manifesting something other than a specific person, take specific person out of the equation and insert the word that you are manifesting. Okay, so what we're going to talk about is if your specific person is not showing up the way you want right now, if they have not changed, if they are not showing up and contacting you constantly, if they are not choosing you to, see you every single day, if they are not spending more time with you, if you're not seeing anything that you deem as progress in the 3D, this is your video. We're going to touch on that today. And actually, it can really be a short video because let me just ask you, who are you being? Who are you being right now? Who do you believe you are right now? Who are you being? Because I'm going to say this. I think a lot of us think of manifestation as simply, the answer to our prayers, especially when it comes to that specific person situation. Money and health are pretty popular topics too, but I get asked the most around specific person. And then I get the questions of, Kim, can you talk about other things like money? Yeah, I can. But the information isn't going to change. Manifesting a specific person versus manifesting money, they are not different. The way to manifest anything is not different, okay? But let me just say this, because I know this is how I was in the beginning of my journey. And actually, it felt like a damn year on this journey. I would get a lot of, amazing movement with specific person, but it was never the big juicy nuggets that I wanted. And I couldn't understand why. And then I realized, sometimes I think that we only get surface level on this journey. And we want to get past surface level. That's all I'm going to say. We want to get past that. And what do I mean by surface level? First of all, when we are looking at the other person to change, when we're looking at specific person to change. Now, don't get me wrong, logically and literally, I get it. We want what we're seeing in our 3D to change. I understand that. But that's part of your problem. That's part of why you're not experiencing the juicy nuggets or the full friggin' manifestation. That's why you're not seeing it in your 3D. Because you're looking at your 3D as logical, as literal, as linear, straight line, linear. You're making judgments regarding your 3D and making a decision on who you are, and you're probably not even aware that you're doing it. So for example, let's say that we've been manifesting a specific person to spend more time with you, right? Now, first and foremost, when you start this journey, the idea is to figure out, well, why aren't they spending more time with you? What is the belief that you are aligning yourself with, or who are you choosing to be? They mean the same. So most of us start from a place of victim state. Well, there are infinite states, so clearly there's more than one victim state. But in victim state, we are still looking at specific person as they are doing things to me, right? Yes, tell the truth. You know you are. You know you're looking at SP and you're getting frustrated because he or she is not showing up and doing things to make you feel like this is working, right? But the thing is are you changing? Are you becoming the new self? Are you becoming the version of yourself that is having the manifestation? Now listen, when I say having, I don't mean you have to lie to yourself in the 3D. I've said this before. It's okay, that we look and we acknowledge that the full manifestation isn't here yet. That's okay to acknowledge it. But most of us go the step further and say, it's not happening yet. I don't see it. And I don't think this is working. Or I'm afraid I'm doing something wrong. And therefore, that's why I'm not getting movement. Yeah. Okay. That's back to surface level basic bitch shit, right? When we're using our 5 senses to determine that it's not working, things haven't changed yet. I'm afraid I am doing something wrong. We're surface level. Our 5 senses are here to help us maneuver within the 3D. But our 5 senses do not determine who we believe we are. Most of us start this journey only focusing on changing specific person or changing, here's your money people, changing your bank account. And when we look at the 3D and see those things haven't changed, maybe even have gotten worse, what are we doing in that moment? Most of us react and respond, which, listen, I stand by this. It's not the reacting and the responding necessarily that's the problem. It's the, well, what are you doing after that? What are you doing after that? Because when we're in the midst of a reaction, man, is it powerful to catch yourself being honest and being authentic and saying, I'm acting like old self right now. I'm thinking like old self. I'm responding like old self. So how can I expect new self stuff to be here if I'm not deciding to be new self? Now, if you're new self, old self is the version of you that found manifestation and you're filled with the conditioning that you've picked up along the way on your journey of this 3D life. That's old self, right? With limited beliefs. We're not good enough. We're not pretty enough. We're not hot enough. We're not worthy of a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship. We don't think we can make other people happy. We don't feel like we have anything to offer in relationships. That's all old self. When we're choosing to manifest, consciously manifest, we are becoming a new self, a new version of ourselves. But the nuggets of manifestation is knowing that there's never anything to change but self. So we don't even really have to look at specific person in this moment, but we do. We look out here and we make that determination that we don't think this is working. But you can't be new self or be in the wish fulfilled and still look out there and think it's not working. You wouldn't even be looking. You'd be focused on enjoying life. See what I'm saying? So the truth is, when specific person hasn't changed, when specific person isn't showing up the way you want, when your bank balance hasn't changed, maybe new bills are coming in, who are we being in that moment? Who are we being? Who are we really believing we are? We have to get ahead of our 3D. And we also have to remind ourselves that we may not understand our bridge of incidence. Some things may not make sense to us, but we do have the power and authority to decide who we are. Meaning there's power in your I am-ness. So if SP is not showing up, contacting you constantly, or spending more time with you, it's your job to decide you are now the version of yourself that is having the experience where SP is constantly desiring and asking and pursuing to see you, or whatever it is you are specifically manifesting. It is for you to stand in that decision. So what does that mean? That means that when you look at the 3D and you don't see what you want, it's not time for you to decide it's not working. It's time for you to be honest with where has your mind been? Meaning if you're responding and reacting and saying this isn't working, you are being a version of yourself that believes that. You're being a version of yourself that is not trusting or leaning into your own I am-ness, the whole power behind your ability to manifest. You're not. You're believing your 5 senses more. You're putting your faith in the 3D. See what I'm saying? So this moment, ask yourself, who are you really being? What do you think is possible for yourself? You want SP to start changing? You want SP to start showing up right? Who are you being? Who are you saying, I am? What's coming after that? You can't fail if you are deciding to be the new self, the version of self having the manifestation. Now, I know how that sounds. That sounds like, well, Kim, that sounds like I have to tell myself that it's here, even though I don't see it. Not necessarily. You can still know that you are the new version of self. You are the you who is in the middle of the unfolding of the manifestation. Just because you don't like or understand a circumstance doesn't mean that that circumstance is not fully part of your bridge of incidence. But when you choose to believe that it's not, when you choose to say it's not here yet, they're not changing, you're deciding to be that version of yourself. Period. There's no other way to really sugarcoat that. There's never any cause outside of you regarding what you're manifesting or what you're experiencing. The only cause for your 3D experiences is who you believe you are. It's your I am-ness. God, universe, higher power, source energy, moonbeams, whatever the hell you believe your I am-ness is, I believe it's God. So God. God is saying yes to you at all times. Your I am-ness says yes to whatever you decide you are or whoever you decide you are. The answer is always yes. I am not getting what I want. I am not happy. I am not seeing specific person choose me. Yes, whatever you say, my darling, whatever you say, then that's what you're going to experience. Hence why we choose to start telling ourselves, I am the version of myself, or I am the me that is having this relationship or will have this relationship. I am that. I am the me who is happy. I am lovable because I am love. I am that I am. I am the all-powerful God choosing this human experience. And I can choose any version of this concept of Kimberly at any given moment. So I'm choosing to decide I am the version of myself that is experiencing all her desires, whatever they may be. I'm having them all. I might not see them in my physical 3D with my 5 senses, but I know I'm standing right on my own bridge of incidents, and whatever is happening in my 3D is somehow, some way, a part of the orchestration that gives me my manifestation. That's all I need to know. That's all I need to decide. That's how you get specific person to change. You decide you're already her. And I'm going to tell you very kindly, if your mind for any given moment goes to the place, yeah, but I've been doing that and they're not changing. Yeah, but you giving a yeah, but is telling you that you are not the version of yourself that has it. There you go. You're still choosing to be old self. That's all it is. It's really that simple. You know, some of you just resonated with that. I'm just saying, you can't get around it. You choose to be who you want, and you look at everything as a part of your own unfolding, your own bridge of incidents. If you only knew, like, how much power you actually have, and if you would allow yourself to trust it, how about decide, I am the version of myself that is trusting. I am the version of myself that feels safe and secure to trust and believe that I will always get my desires. That's who I'm becoming, or that's who I am. I am the version of myself that finds it so easy to manifest. I am the version of myself that manifests lightning fast. That's who I am. Everything comes to me so quickly. That's who I am. Decide that. Then stand in your decision to be the version of you having your manifestation. There is no outside reason, no outside excuse, no outside cause that is stopping you from having what you want. You aren't waiting for your specific person to change. Your specific person is waiting for you to change and become the version of you that can allow them to become the version of them that chooses, loves, desires, pursues you. They are the same I am-ness that you are. It's God's desire. So who are you believing you are right now? Why don't you let me know that down in the comments below. Who are you being right now? And on that note, I'll see you tomorrow.